Okay, looks like we are live and we are recording. So welcome everybody. My name is Rob Gearing. I'm the admin and owner of Trafficleads2Income VM, the viral mailer. And it's a pleasure to have you guys here tonight at our Trafficleads2Income VM online marketing mastery Wednesday meeting. So again, it's a pleasure to have everybody present. And if you're watching the recording, thanks for checking that out. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. And we'll go ahead and get started. So I got a few notes here, things to talk about. So we're going to get right to it. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's safe and keeping their 6 foot, distance from everybody out there and following all the rules and regulations that are being given regarding this coronavirus that's happening all over the world. So do what the government says. The governments say, stay safe, and we'll all get through this together. So that's my public service announcement this evening about that. But a couple of things I want to lead off with here. We are very proud to be one of the top 10 sites at Click Profit. So we came in at number 9 or 10, depending on where you're looking. So we're very happy about that. Very pleased. And that's awesome. So we want to keep that going. Make sure you've voted for this new week, and the votes all count, and that's what kind of propels things. And vote every week, and we'll keep Trafficleads2Income VM in the top 10 at top sites over at Click Profit. So thank you very much for that. We're also in Jerry Iannucci's. If you guys are familiar with Jerry Iannucci, he's the owner of Mr. Safe List, and we came in his top 5 along with List Nerds. So John Olson brought that to my attention, and I was very happy about that because we've kind of gone back and forth with Jerry. Some weeks we're on, some weeks we're off. So he's a pretty accomplished marketer, list builder. He's been in the viral mailer game for quite a while. So it's really nice to be recognized by Jerry. So we hope to stay there as well. We've really had an influx of activity and an influx of positive activity and action since we've aligned with John and Blaine at Click Profit. That's brought a lot of renewed interest in Trafficleads2Income VM, brought some people back. So we've got some great new members, great new active members who are yielding results for the advertising piece of Trafficleads2Income VM. So very cool, very good. We want to keep that ranking going, and we're listed at other places too. So we won't go into that too much, but you've probably seen us in other rankings and ratings because we've been around a while, and we really care about what we do. And it's an active site. I keep it moving and keep everything adjusted correctly. So we're really proud of that, and we want to keep that going, and that's the commitment, is to be a top 10, top 5, and you could argue potentially in certain circles, maybe number 1 certain times in the viral mailer world. You can really count the great ones, the very good, great ones on one hand, and I like to think that we make a pretty consistent run at that, along with List Nerds, SOTAM, Lead Magnet. The ones you hear over and over and over again in everybody's rankings and ratings. We're proud of that, and that's the commitment to keep that going. But it's only because of our great members. It's only because of you guys that make that happen. So thank you very much for that. The other thing I want to talk about is we do a scavenger hunt over at Click Profit. We mentioned Click Profit earlier. You'll hear a lot about Click Profit in our meeting because we have a really nice alignment with John and Blaine at Click Profit. So we have a scavenger hunt that we do with them every Wednesday. Very consistent now with that. So in conjunction with that, you can check that out over at Click Profit in the scavenger hunt area. In conjunction with that event that we do every Wednesday, we offer the $2.50 login spotlight ad. If you're not taking advantage of the $2.50 login spotlight ad, shame on you, because that's a great deal, right? That means that on a given day that you choose, everybody who logs into Trafficleads2Income VM will see your offer, your lead capture page, your splash page, your great offer, right? So we have spots available for April. Since we've been, doing this consistently, we've seen a lot of action actually. So there is a lot of spots that have been taken for the month of April, but there's still days that are available. So I would recommend that we try to fill the April calendar while the price is $2.50, which is only tonight and maybe overnight, but tomorrow morning that shifts back to $4.25 a day. I'll also throw in 50 XP points, click track profit XP points, 50 of those for every day purchased. So you purchase 5 days, you would get 250 XP over its click track profit. So that's a good deal too. And we're going to be giving away CTP tokens, which is a whole other different animal. That's the cryptocurrency that we talk about. So we're going to be giving that away at the end of the meeting to our very small group here. So this is going to be interesting, very interesting, because John generally doesn't count. So it's going to be between Lisa, Mike, and Mr. Awesome and Ileana for the winner. So, people were confused. Where do I go? I don't know. What happened to the meeting? I would tell them, this is where we're at. If they want to get some potential CTP tokens, right? Okay. All right. Yeah, Mike. Now I can't disqualify Mike. He's a lucky guy. He shows up for work every day, so he may win again. We can't stop it. You cannot stop what's coming. Sometimes that's a great movie quote. Maybe we'll do that as trivia. Tell me what movie that comes from. You can't stop what's coming. Let's see if anybody. Now don't look that up on Google. That's a classic movie quote. Fairly recent movie. Anyway. Okay, so login spotlight ads, very cool. Take advantage of that. The traffic co-op, Traffic Leads to Income VM traffic co-op is in full swing right now. So we've delivered 158 conversions, which are for the most part leads, because every page that's in there now is a lead capture page. And we're only about 40% in to the 2,000 paid click campaign. So very cool. And we're all looking at our results and tweaking our pages, and it's a very interesting learning when you look at the results from paid traffic. Some things that may have worked in the past in free traffic in places like Traffic Leads to Income VM or List Nerds, that page may not play very well in the actual paid traffic, which is a totally different venue that has a totally different customer. That's a customer that's the work at home type customer they don't know what list building is. They don't know what leads are in conversions. They just want to make money from home. So that's a whole different kind of animal. But believe it or not, you can kind of get some themes and some ideas based on past results and, put together something that can work for just about verbiage and, kind of layout. It can work for just about anything that you're doing, any opportunity out there. So that's something that you can find out more about when you pursue the Traffic Leads to Income VM paid traffic co-op, which also gives you bonus free traffic as well for a pretty reasonable cost. Okay, so just wanted to do a plug for the co-op. So now we're going to take a look at a few things. So this is going to be, I was hoping for a bigger audience because I wanted to kind of do something. I'm still going to do it though. I'm still going to do what I was planning, because you always got to, for the most part, stick with your plan in these types of things. So first question is, going to ask some questions, going to look for some answers, because our theme tonight is to talk about the mastery that's offered at Click Track Profit. It's a mastery of Traffic Leads to Income VM. We recommend everybody who comes through our doors to go through that, because it really sets the stage for our training and other training available at Click Track Profit. So first off, we want to see, so if you're a member of Traffic Leads to Income VM, just type a Y. We're going to start with that. Okay, it's kind of going to be a kind of a process of elimination here. So myself, Lisa, everybody needs to play along, but I know some of you guys are probably working in the background, but that's okay. I do the same thing. So who else is answering the question tonight? Are you a member of Traffic Leads to Income VM? Mr. Awesome is. Okay. All right. And Mike, of course. All right. Okay, so that's good. So are you a member of ClickTrack Profits? So we'll sort of put up a little divider here. Okay, I was late. That's okay. We got it. Started with Mr. Awesome. So these are our ClickTrack Profit folks. Okay. So what I was going to say is, if you're not a member of Traffic Leads to Income VM, which I think everybody is, you can get back to the person who invited you, or join from trafficleads2income.com. So that's phase one. You can join ClickTrack Profit from the downline builder, which we talked about last week, about downline builders in general. So you can join ClickTrack Profit from the downline builder of Traffic Leads to Income VM under the resource tab, the resource area of our downline builder. So that's our second recommendation. So we're in Traffic Leads to Income VM, obviously, because we're here. We are in ClickTrack Profit from the downline builder, because that's the recommendation. That's the, when people join and I'm mentoring folks and guiding them, that's what I'm going to do. And there's methods to the madness, as as you probably know, or you will see. It sort of flows well and it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now you go to ClickTrack Profit, you click on Training and Mastery, you look for Traffic Leads to Income VM. You're already joined, so you just got to click the join button, and it will, there's a meshing of systems, and it will detect that you are a member of Traffic Leads to Income VM, and it'll give you a check mark for that task. That's task number 1 completed. You're a member. Yay, congratulations, awesome. So profile. So how many people have, and so this is where it gets a little more eliminating, I guess. So how many people here, we'll put up a divider, have started mastery and did the second task, which is updated their profile? Give me a Y. Mr. Awesome has, I have, Lisa has. Okay. So that's where it starts. That's where the magic begins, because now you're seeing mastery, you're seeing check marks, you're seeing completion. This feels like something different, even different than just going through the 7 steps of Traffic Leads to Income VM straight away. It's just a different feel with this. I've become enamored with this as soon as I saw it, how it flows, how it works. It's just cool. It's just great. Okay. How about Telegram group? So of the people who did the profile task, how many moved on to the Telegram task? That's where it really gets real, because that's our Telegram group. Okay. So for those that are watching this recording and are members of Traffic Leads to Income VM, you can follow this exact flow that we're talking about, right? This exact flow. It's super cool. And I could actually do screen share because I'm in the conference room tonight, but so far I think we're good. So you're in the Telegram group. Now that's a big thing, because we've got tens of thousands of members, right? And a lot of, obviously, if you're in the Telegram group, we got about 135. I think that's pretty good. That's 135 engaged people. You always wonder about the other 12,000 or whatever. It's amazing. And they pass through the same channels that you do. They log in, they look at the login spotlight, they may or may not vote, they look at the members homepage, they may or may not read it. They have the same capability to come in. There's a link to the Telegram group, but a lot of people choose not to. The way we have it structured now is, when you come in and join Traffic Leads to Income VM, you're guided basically to almost immediately join the Telegram group. And when you arrive at Telegram, we really make a big deal about what I just talked about a little bit ago, the flow, getting into the CTP and starting your mastery. So we kind of not we, I always say we, like I got all these people, and it's me, right? When it comes to the management level of Traffic Leads to Income VM, I don't have the board of directors here. I used to have some support staff and helpers and people like that years ago, and I'm willing to take on people if anybody's interested in working with Traffic Leads to Income VM to a higher level. I probably could use an assistant and helpers and different people that want to be a little deeper into the process. But anyway, for now, it's just me running the ship. But it's kind of funny. But the deal is with with this is the Telegram is a filter. It's a I want to say funnel, but not really funnel. I guess a filter. It filters out a lot of things. It filters out maybe people that that just aren't looking for engagement. They may not be, I hate to say not serious about it, but it definitely separates the people that are really in depth looking at things at the Traffic Leads to Income VM site versus those that are just kind of passing around the periphery. So the people that are left that make it to the Telegram group, I look at as really important people to me in my life, right? In the Traffic Leads to Income VM context. They are people that I am proud to mentor, people that I consider close associates, and it's awesome. So more, hey, we will take another 200, 500, 1,000, that's fine. But every one of the 132, 135, whatever the number is, and it grows every day, little by little, every couple of days, every couple of days, we get new people coming in. Those are the people that really kind of have ascended to the next level of what we do. And it's a really important step because it says that, I really am looking for guidance. I really am looking for help. I'm looking for community. I'm looking, to really open my mind up to what's possible in the affiliate marketing world. So huge achievement. So, and then for the Telegram group, we usually, like I said, we guide, we take the different angles and ways that people come through these types of things. But when they come into the Telegram group, we immediately get them moving on to mastery. Or you may come in, to Click Track Profit, discover Traffic Leads to Income VM, and start your mastery that way. You may join Traffic Leads to Income VM for Click Track Profits. There's a lot of different angles, but it's all good at the end of the day. And ultimately, we all congregate and come together. Those we call the massive marketers are the people that sit in the Telegram group, and they're the ones that are going through the mastery. So, or there are people that came in and just never even said hi, and they just float away into oblivion. So, is what it is. But this is the essence of marketing: is you start sometimes with a very big number that gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But I don't fight the smallness anymore. I embrace it. I celebrate the fact that that's the model. It works. And what you're left with are people that you consider family at the end of the day. So, so that's that. So let me put up another divider. So once we are in the Telegram group, we're given instructions on the rest of the process, which is, hey, congratulations, keep going, right? Get all your check marks, your mastery. And the next one is upgrade. So how many people here have done the upgrade task? And we are very gracious at offering the 7-day. I debated that for a long time, and I really like that I kept that because it's only 7 days. I got to look at a couple of things with that 7-day, like what happens when it ends and people go back to becoming a free member. But I may look at doing some type of offer for people coming off that 7-day period. So things to come perhaps at Traffic Leads to Income VM. But the bottom line is a person can grab that, enjoy that for 7 days, and do some of the other tasks, and hopefully pursue a real deal paid upgrade and continue to work with us. That's the whole idea. So sort of an olive branch. It's it's kind of the prize, if you will. It's the thing that we sort of kind of float out there in our pool marketing as we pull people into the Telegram group. That's a nice offer. Now, as I say all this, you guys have to consider this. You should be taking notes or really filing this information away. This is to be put in your promotions. This is to be put in your social media. This is to be put in your blog post. This should be getting out to your list, right? If we talked earlier about Traffic Leads to Income VM and List Nerds being ranked at top 5 in Jerry Iannucci's rankings, the Mr. Safe List guy. That's huge news. That should be out there in your promotions. You should be trumpeting that and celebrating that and leveraging that for your advantage. That's what these webinars are. That's what these trainings are. That's what these meetings are. This is we look around at each other, us content creators, right? I'm a content creator. I've been a blogger for years. I've really gotten active with CTP Talk, but us content creators, we look around sometimes and we say, I got nothing to write about. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to write about. There's nothing going on. There's nothing out there. Wow. Then you need to pay attention. You need to take notes about what you are observing. Because when you come to a community, it's instant content. It's content overload, right? Should be shooting videos, should be doing promos, should be getting all this stuff going, right? That's the whole idea. So it's not just Rob owns Traffic Leads to Income VM and he just trumpets his stuff and it's for his purposes. And this is just like a studio audience that, or John Olson owns Click Track Profit and that's just his deal. And we're just kind of sitting back and, watching the performance and giving a golf clap and all of that. So we're here to provide you with content. We're here to give you things that will lead people that you can pull people into for your benefit, for your earnings benefit as well. This is really what it comes down to at the end of the day, for your total benefit. But earnings happens when you are building a list and you're pulling people, and at the right time the offer triggers, and you just got paid because you follow the process. And a lot of it's done for you. It's the groundwork is laid. It's just a matter of the pull, right? And we all can do this together into these communities and give people the guidance that they need, right? So all good there. All right, so upgrade. And people come at us with a lot of people take advantage of the 7-day free upgrades. Some people just come in traditionally. They may take the very top TL2L co-op upgrade, or they may come in as the basic graduate or something in between there. So a lot of options and opportunities. And as we said earlier, we'd like people to stay with that upgrade, to be customers for a long time. And our job is to earn that business day in and day out by doing all the right things. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So the Eliana upgraded before asking for the free 7 days. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think that's an action taker. That's cool. That's what we're looking for in people, action takers, right? So the next thing we talk about is, and this is a really deep one. So how many people have done the 7 steps and created their funnel and had me proofread it, if you will, test it, and give you the check mark? Mike, Lisa. Okay. All right. So as you can see, the number gets smaller of people that are getting deeper and deeper into the mastery, right? But again, the whole idea is that you guys who have done this are sponsoring people, your team, your people that you're sponsoring to go through this process. But if you don't talk about it, if you don't share it, if you don't put it out there, and I'm never a guy that says advertise my program in spite of you. No, you do it the right way. You're building your list correctly. Would be you have your lead capture page for you. That's your front end business, and they are coming to me through a blog post that you put out there, a video, or an email that you sent to them, being on your list. That's what we're talking about here. We see people all the time that are advertising programs. They're sending traffic to the referral URL, and I think all of us agree. Or have learned that that's not the right way to do it. Even me, this guy that's been marketing for a long time, I found that, I wasn't following what they call congruent marketing. I had some things that were all over the place. So every day I discover a few little pieces and I go, you know what, I need to connect this a little better with that. And, just tightening up the list, and it all at the end of the day should make sense. What you're putting out there on social media it's the same. It should flow the same as your list, your, total marketing package. It all should kind of feel the same. Your social media can build your list, which all leads through your funnel and into your offers and into your paydays at the end of the day. So congruent marketing, that means you have pretty much a set plan and everything's kind of meshes together. and it just works really nicely, and it makes your job easier. So you're not always switching and changing and trying to figure it out. You can get into like almost a daily routine where it's like boom, 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 boom. And there's a consistency to your message. I think people join in eventually when they see this. Boy, this person's just been hitting this and hitting this and hitting this concept. This must be working for them. Versus, last week I was on this team. This week I'm on this other team, and next week who knows what team I'll be on. But if it's the same, similar message week in and week out, I think people eventually who are sitting there going, I'm just watching and viewing, and this is the kind of person I want to get involved with. So you want to just get all your marketing pieces tied together in a nice package. Quick drink. Okay, so the funnel that I review, that's created through Trafficleads2incomeVM, that's your lead capture page. It may not be your end-all, be-all lead capture page. You may have something else that you've kind of done or over here, or you prefer this resource versus that resource. But it reinforces the entire idea of building a lead capture page, hooking up an autoresponder to it, having an email series that goes with it all, and that whole process of list building via a good, strong lead capture page that leads to, and I'm a very, as you guys may know who have gone through my gauntlet, if you will, everybody wants the auto check off on that step, and I don't do it. The reason is I want to fill in my name and email address, so I join your list. I want to see where I go, and I do not want to be taken to the Traffic Wave company landing page or thank you page. No, we've given you a thank you page within Trafficleads2incomeVM that we want you to use, so that you understand you want to customize that piece. Everybody knows that there's going to be a confirmation email that's going to be coming in to check their inbox, or you can put that on your custom thank you page, of course. But that's the key step that most people miss, that I keep really heavily reinforcing. And many of you are going, yes, that is true. He is a big stickler on that, and I will continue to be, because that's a huge piece. You can put a video on your custom thank you page. You can do a lot of creative good things. You can't do much with the company. When I say the company, that would be the Traffic Wave, the Get Response, the Aweber. You're losing a lot of marketing power. You're taking 100% funnel and you're cutting it in half by basically removing the thank you page from the mix. So that's one of the big things that I look at. But I want everybody to, in this task, I want everybody to go through the 7 steps and really get it set correctly, so that if you choose, that's something you could actually go out there and advertise to build your list and to, ultimately promote your offers, right? So that's a big deal to me. Or you'll take the knowledge and the learning, and you may apply that, over this way or over that way, which is fine. Or you may stick with the Trafficleads2incomeVM resource. It's ultimately, everybody's choice where they end up, but just always maintain and stay true to the fundamentals, for sure. So that takes some time. That's probably, not gonna say the hardest task of all, but it's a little bit time consuming, but it's very important. And for people who have never done this before, it's a huge learning, and it's a light bulb breakthrough moment. And for those that have done it, it's just a kind of a, I guess we call it a relearning, or just sort of kind of a brush up on the whole process. So the next one is, after we have our funnel created, some do, some don't, then we move into the co-op. So co-op is a very elite group. I think 18 people into the paid co-op right now. Mike Dell, I know, and Mr. Awesome, I don't know if you're in the co-op or not. I'm not sure who Mr. Awesome is. And Lisa is in the co-op. Now, Lisa's running a Trafficleads2incomeVM page, which I'm actually, we're just trying to boost the results from those pages. They're behind the curve just a little bit right now in the current campaign. So I'm going to be working on something that I'm going to, see what you guys think. You may want to switch over to, because I think in seeing what the top ranked pages in the co-op are right now, we're going to try to emulate some of that stuff for you guys who aren't using the Conversion Pros templates. Mike is using ClickTrack Profit, so that could be something too, Mike. You're doing pretty good on this co-op, but not at the very, very, very top echelon. So that's something maybe to we'll look at together, some potential verbiage modifications. I really want to take a look at, and it's up to individuals, of course. I think we look at results, we look at data, we can emulate and maybe try to, even though we're maybe not all on the same platform, to try to get as close as we can in message so that everybody's, everybody can share the best results that are possible out there. So that's one of the visions I have with the co-op. There's definitely different things that I'm looking at when it comes to the co-op. So I'll be sharing that in the co-op Telegram group as we share results and make recommendations. That's part of the mentoring and coaching that goes with that, because you're trusting in me, some coin that you put down on the table. I want you to walk away with the best results you can possibly get, and that's part of the deal. Okay, all right. So those are the big ones. And on webinar, so anybody here that hasn't had the webinar task, is there anybody here that needs the webinar task checked off? I think everybody here has the webinar task checked off. So that would be your next big one. And the other ones are pretty elementary: the reading of mail, the sending of mail, filling in entries in the downline builder. Referrals would be considered tricky. You really have to have your funnel working. That's actually, even though I'm not highlighting that in this presentation, it's really interesting to think, if you really are doing this correctly, and you can actually bring in people into Trafficleads2incomeVM without using the referral URL, you're using your list and your lead capture page. That's actually maybe I need to relook at how I do that, because that's sort of the report card, right? If I'm doing this right, if I actually am an affiliate marketer, right, I should be able to bring people into X program without sending traffic to X program. So no, I'm not bragging, and I think I probably could do a lot better than this, but I think I have 35 people that I brought into ClickTrack Profit, but I don't send my traffic to the ClickTrack Profit referral URL. So you guys follow what I'm saying with that? That is a kind of a report card or a grader of, do you really have this funnel mentality down to a science? So I think that's something maybe we put a little bit more premium on, because honestly, you're building your list, you're sending potentially a little nudge, a little pull, a message to bring people into a position where they would, find us via a said downline builder. And cha-ching, you got a referral, and it all meshed nicely with your congruent process, right? To pull a few terms together here tonight. Okay. Oh, I've been there, John. So I got you. Okay. So I think that's a good end note for this. So in conclusion, the mastery is very much that. It's a mastery of Trafficleads2incomeVM. If you can make it like Mike Dell through the whole darn thing, you're a pretty good marketer, and you actually understand how, these and this particular funneling system works. So I still challenge everybody out there to complete it. It's not easy, but really focus hard on, the Telegram group, getting, your upgrade, and really, I think if we're going to highlight anything here, the two big ones would be getting that funnel built correctly, and then making a commitment into the traffic co-op. Now, I accept just about any lead capture page into that, but I will also look at things and, I tell people, you may want to do this, you may want to do that. Part of it is there is advice that we will offer to try to help out, just like the Gauntlet does at ClickTrack Profit, just like a similar thing is the Login Spotlight ad is kind of a gauntlet that's at Trafficleads2incomeVM, because the more eyes you have on things, the more feedback you're getting. You want to always challenge your results. If you're getting a 20% conversion, Let's try to get it to 25. If you're 25, what can we do to get to 30, 35, 40? I've seen as high as 50% conversions on pages that you would say, that's surprising, right? There's one that I had 2, 3, 4 years ago that it was automatic, 50% or close conversion rate. And it didn't capture the email address. It was almost a splash. You had to click a little dot that then opened up an email form, and the person would fill in their email address and boom, get moved onto the sales page. And we never could understand why it worked, but it did. And you've probably seen it. It was kind of a standard looking template. And I worked in a group where everybody used the same page because it didn't matter. It got results, it built the list, it went to the sales page in a similar opportunity that we were all doing together. But it's amazing. You just never know. So I'm out there kind of pulling from the past, looking at the present, looking out into the future, trying to get the best combination to get the most conversions for people. Conversions lead ultimately to the customers and sales. So, all right. So let's give away some CTP tokens now. That's all I have. So I'm going to stop the recording. See, I have the luxury of the professional conference room here. So I thank everybody for watching the recording. For my live folks, stay tuned for the drawing. But for those watching the recording, thank you very much. Hopefully you found this helpful. Please let us know if you have any questions. Hopefully we see you in our Telegram mentoring group. And to your massive success.